Morning, sir.
Good morning.
So my name is Ramesh.
Yes, sir.
So I am coming from Dindikkal.
Okay, sir.
So recently I obtained GST registration and started my business.
Okay, sir.
So I wish to know the procedure to be followed in GST law.
Welcome, sir. Welcome. My best wishes for your business growth. Can you tell me what goods you are dealing with, sir, and what would be your turnover?
Sir, basically I am a dealer.
Okay, sir.
So I am dealing cement and steel products.
Okay.
So I wish to know how the GST returns are to be filed. What are the returns to be filed?
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Before going to the type of returns to be filed by you, I will tell you overall the picture. Since the business is not the same, there are different kinds of businesses are there. So under GST, different types of returns are there to be filed by different types of taxable persons. For example, composition taxpayers, they will file GSTR 4. Composition taxpayers means the persons who are not availing the facility of input tax credit, they will be filing composition return, that is GSTR 4. And in respect of casual taxable person, they will be filing GSTR 1 and 3B. And non-resident taxable person is one category. They are not having any fixed place of business in India, and they are not having any fixed place of residence also in India. They will be filing GSTR 5. And one more category is there, that is OIDAR service, online information data access and retrieval services. This will be provided by the foreign persons to the unregistered persons in India. This kind of service requires to be filed in GSTR 5A. And one more service is there, that is input service distributor. Input service distributor means the persons who are having the headquarters at one place, and they will be having that manufacturing facilities or trading businesses in some other place. So they will be distributing their input tax credit to their branch offices, their manufacturing facilities. They will be filing GSTR 6. So likewise, government departments are liable to TDS, tax deduction at source. So they will be filing GSTR 7. Likewise, in e-commerce operators are there, they are liable to collect the tax at source, that is called TCS. They will be filing GSTR 8. So all these categories are different types of categories. Other than this is called normal taxable payer. So all the 99% of the people will be falling under normal taxpayers. You are falling under normal taxpayer. For you, GSTR 1 and GSTR 3B will be applicable. So various kinds of returns are there, sir.
Okay, sir.
Since you are the normal taxpayer,
Okay.
GSTR 1 and GSTR 3B are the monthly returns to be filed by you.
Okay, sir.
So now you please tell me what will be your turnover, sir? Annual turnover.
Sir, my turnover around 5 to 6 crores
5 to 6 crores.
per annum.
Okay, sir. 5 to 6 crores means you are not eligible for composition levy.
Oh.
So it is only up to 1.5 crores. And in GSTR 3B also, monthly payment, monthly return one scheme is there. Quarterly payment, monthly return, monthly payment to quarter return, QRMP scheme is also there.
Okay, sir.
That also you may not be eligible because you are crossing 5 crores limits. Because however, since you are in the first year of your business, you are eligible to file quarterly return with monthly payment of tax until you reach your 5 crore limit. Okay. Beyond that, it is compulsory for you for making payment monthly and file the return also monthly. Okay. So you are liable to file GSTR 1 and GSTR 3B returns as a normal taxpayer.
Sir, you are explained various returns of GST. So as per as my concern, it is applicable for GSTR 1 and 3B. So first I want to know what is GSTR 1 return.
Sir, GSTR 1 is the monthly return. You can file with the details of all outward supplies, that is goods sold by you and services provided by you. Invoice wise, in particular in detail, you have to give particulars in respect of the supplies made by you to all the registered persons. And in respect of exports and in respect of supply to SGZ and supplies to EOU, that is called deemed export. And also the supplies made to the unregistered persons of other states if the invoice value is more than 2.5 lakhs. So, in these three cases, that is supplies to all registered persons, supplies to unregistered person if the invoice value is more than 2.5 lakh and they is from another state, and the export supply, supply to SEZ and deemed supply, deemed export. In these categories, you have to give the details invoice wise, that is invoice number, invoice value, tax portion, like this. For all other details, you can give only the consolidated details. For example, nil dated supply, non-GST supply, exempted supply, and supplies under reverse charge mechanism, amendments for earlier periods, and advances received and advances adjusted, and HSN wise summary, SSC code wise summary of supplies. All these details also should be given in the GSTR return. However, you need not give invoice wise, but you will be giving consolidated value only you will be giving. This is called GSTR 1 return.
Sir, I have one doubt.
Yes, sir.
So, if you tell about that 2.5 lakhs exceeding, we have to bifurcate the details. So, suppose if the invoice value is less than 2.5 lakhs and also it is intrastate supply, then what is the procedure?
If it is within the state and if it is supplied to unregistered persons and the invoice value is less than 2.5 lakhs, in such cases, you will be giving the value of taxable supply rate wise, 0%, 2.5%, 5%. So, rate wise value you will be giving. The columns are likewise only. When if you go through the columns of the GSTR 1 return itself, it will be self-explanatory. How to give these details. That will be easy for you to understand.
Okay, sir. Fine. Very well explained. So, now I wish to know that what is the precautions to be taken before filing of GSTR 1 return, sir, please.
So, before filing of GSTR 1 returns, you have to check whether the receiver's GSTR number is correct. That you have to verify. GST number is active, and you have to verify all the invoices before starting filling up the GSTR 1 return. You have to go through all the invoices and all the reverse charge supplies and tax rates and HSN code for each goods, and whether it is applicable for CGST, GSTR, IGST, and what are the service code, whether correctly it is applied, whether it is interstate or intrastate, whether reverse charge mechanism is applicable or not. All these things to be taken care of before filing the details in respect of each invoice. Likewise, you have to take care of your username, password, and for submission you have to have that DSA, digital signature, and electronic verification code. So, you have to keep your mobile ready, and if you are going to approve it by way of DSC, then you have to keep that dongle ready, and the dongle should be updated one, and you have to go through your e-way bill data, e-invoicing. All this you can keep ready before starting filling up the details in GSTR 1. You can keep all these data ready, then we can go for filing up GSTR 1.
Okay. Sir, how to file GSTR 1 return?
Yes, sir. For filing GSTR 1 return, you have to go to the website, government website, gst.gov.in. Inside that website, you are going under the tab services, under that return calendar. There you are choosing your period for which month you are going to file the GSTR 1 return. So, you have to keep your username and password. After entering into your username and password, you will be getting that services, return calendar, and you are choosing the period for which you are going to file the GSTR 1 return. In this, you are having different options. That is, one is online utility and another is offline utility. For example, I will show you in this website, you are going and applying your username here and username, your password, then you are getting services, return calendars, a month. Now you have chosen the month. Now it is giving another two options, online utility and the offline utility. In online utility, you are opening the GSTR1 return and you have to feed the data. And in offline utility, again you are having different options. In offline utility, in the GSTR website itself, it gives one offline utility. Otherwise, you can download data from your Tally ERP software.
Okay.
In GSTR1 return, again it differs based on how you are invoicing your supplies. Suppose since you are going to the turnover above 5 crores, you will be opting for e-invoice. That is mandatory for the major taxpayers. In case you are supplying e-invoices, the details are automatically popping up in GSTR1 returns. Whatever the invoices issued through e-invoicing system get automatically populated in GSTR1 returns. You can view all the returns issued by you for that particular month. Supposing you are not issuing e-invoice, since it is the first month for you, suppose you are using e-way bills, though you can collect data from e-way bills. So the data from e-way bill can be downloaded in GSTR1 return. However, you should verify each data because e-way bill is not applicable, is not required, it is not mandatory for the invoices with the transaction value less than 1 lakh in Tamil Nadu.
Okay, sir.
So for the invoices within the 1 lakh and for the distance within 20 kilometers and for the services, you will not be issuing the e-way bill data. E-way bill data is not mandatory in such a type of transactions.
Okay.
So those things will not be appearing in GSTR1 return. So you have to verify whether all the details, all the invoices issued by you got populated in GSTR1 return. Invoices you have to check. What are all the invoices missed out in this GSTR1 return? You have to manually add the rest of the returns. Supposing if you are downloading the JSON file, it is called JSON file. Okay. If you are downloading it from importing it from your Tally ERP software, then probably all your invoices will get listed in that JSON file. It would be better for you for uploading the same in the GSTR1 return. Oh. So you are having three options. Either you are getting data from e-invoicing, otherwise you are getting data from your e-way bill data, otherwise you are getting your data from JSON file from your Tally ERP. Okay, sir. So in all these cases, you have to verify whatever the data you got in GSTR1, whether it is correct or not. Okay, sir. So it is in editable format only. So you have to add or edit. However, for each edit, you have to substantiate why you are editing it with your proper documents. Because GSTR1 is auto-populated from your e-invoicing and e-way bill data. If there is any discrepancy, you should be able to justify the difference between these two. Because at the time of audit, they will be asking why there is a difference between your e-way bill data and GSTR1 data. Okay. So you should be ready in a ready position to answer such questions. So keep ready all these data. Then you fill up all the data in the GSTR1 return. And then you, before submitting, you get the summary of it. At the end, there is an option. Just click the summary and get the summary and go through all the summaries. When if you are satisfied, then you can you can proceed and submit the GSTR1 return. For submission of GSTR1 return, again you are having two options. That is a digital signature DSC and e-verification, electronic verification. Okay. Again, DSC is mandatory for limited companies, public limited or private limited or LLPs, limited liability partners. This is mandatory for those persons. Since you are the proprietor, even though it is not mandatory, it is better to have such one. Okay. If you are having the you are choosing electronic verification mode, you have to keep your registered mobile ready in your hand, so that when you are submitting, you will get a OTP. That OTP you have to fill up. After that, it will get successfully uploaded. After getting successfully uploaded, you will get a message through SMS, successfully completed GSTR1. That message you will be getting in your mobile and also in your email ID, you will be getting that successful message. Okay, sir. With that, you are finishing the liability of filing the GSTR1 return, sir. Okay, sir. So, is it
yes, sir. Yes, sir. You explained very well. Okay, suppose while verifying that auto-populated messages, okay, in case I found any mistakes, okay. 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 So, what procedure I have to correct the mistake?
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Now you have successfully filed the GSTR1 return.
Okay, sir.
Only but after filing, you are finding that I have made some mistakes. Now what to do?
Yes, sir.
So once you have filed, means it got freezed, sir. Oh. Nothing can be done on that GSTR1, which was filed for that particular month. So nothing to do that on more than that.
Okay.
Because that is appearing for all your recipients. Your data, whatever you have filed, that will be appearing for all the recipients
Okay, sir.
as their input credit. So it cannot be amended or modified or changed.
Okay.
So what in that particular case, what you can do is, you can make any amendments in the subsequent period only. While filing the GSTR 1 return for the subsequent months, in which month you are filing your omissions, finding your omissions, in that particular month you can change the data, you can give the amendments to the data.
Oh.
So what are the situations when you will be requiring these amendments? That if you see, supposing you are issuing an invoice for the lower rate, wherever you have supplied more goods, value you have added, mentioned less, but the quantity you have supplied more. In that situation, you have to give additional value.
Yes, sir.
Sometimes you might have mentioned the lower rate.
Okay.
You should have applied some higher rate. At that time, you have to amend the
Yes,
GSTR 1 return. So either you have to add your value,
Okay.
or you have to put up increased rate of tax,
Right.
or you have to give more supply, less supply means you have to give more supply means. In these three situations, either you have to add the value or add the tax rate or the quantity of the invoice. In these three situations,
Okay, sir.
your tax liability rises
Yes.
for that particular month. In these cases, you have to issue debit note to your recipients.
Okay, sir.
That will be reflected in the month in which you find it out.
Oh.
In that particular month, you can add these amendments. In that case, you will be mentioning in respect of which invoice you are going to modify. So in that case, you will be mentioning this month. In this month invoices, I am making these modifications. So these modifications you can make and with the help of debit note. Some other cases will be appearing. Sometimes your goods may be returned for want of for lesser quality or for any
Rejection.
mistakes, for by oversight. Your goods may be returned by your recipients, or you might have applied a higher rate.
Yes.
Actual rate may be lower. Likewise, in those situations when your goods are returned, when you have adopted a higher rate or higher value, now you are going to adopt a lesser value or lesser rate of tax means, then your tax liability get reduced.
Yes.
In such situations, you can give credit note to your recipients. In such cases also, you can make amendments in GSTR 1 return of which month you have find it out these omissions. So at that month you can modify the amendments. You can give there is the amendment column that is self-explanatory.
Okay, sir.
In the amendments columns, you will mention which invoice you are going to modify and what is the value, what is the rate and all. You will be giving the details of that particular month, correcting the previous earlier period GSTR 1 returns. In such a way, you can modify the GSTR 1 return of earlier periods. However, you can make all these changes only up to the 30th November of the subsequent financial year, or the date when you are filing the annual return GSTR 9.
Okay.
So these are two are the due dates, whichever comes earlier is applicable for you. Up to that period, you can make modifications in GSTR 1 return.
Sir, probably I have no transaction for 1 or 2 months. So in that condition, I have to file nil return, or can you explain, sir?
Yes, sir. Even though you don't have any taxable supply, the GSTR 1 return calls for the details of export supply, non-GST supply, exempted supply, all. So even though you don't have taxable supply, you have to verify all other supplies whether you are having or not. If you are having such other supplies also, you have to file only GSTR 1 return. Supposing you are not having any supply at all, no taxable supply, no non-taxable supply, no non-GST supply, and no exports, no deemed export, and no, in that case also you have to ensure that you have not issued any debit note, any credit note, no advances received, and no refund vouchers. Like that, no activity at all happened, and no reverse charge services received. So nothing happened, either inward or outward, nothing happened during this period means you have to file nil return.
Okay, sir.
Only in that case you have to file nil return. And for nil return also you can file in a very simple manner.
Okay, sir.
Even you can send a SMS. Through SMS you can file nil return. For filing nil return in your SMS, you just open your from your registered mobile. That you have to ensure. From your registered mobile, you put help R1 and send it to 14409. To that number you have to send that. After that you will get a SMS from the portal that how to file your registered nil return for your registered GST number. In that same format, you have to send another SMS. That means R1 space your GST number space and period. For which period you are going to file GSTR nil return. That format is R1 GSTR space GSTR number space month for which you are sending. So if you send like this, then it will be getting accepted and you will be getting a confirmation message. Then again you have to confirm CNF space verification number. That verification number you have to send it to the same 14409. You have to send means that then this is the procedure completed. Now you will be getting the successful message.
Okay, sir.
So this is the procedure to file the nil return.
Sir, you are well explained about how to file GSTR1 return. Suppose if I am not able to file GSTR1 return or belatedly file GSTR1 return, what will happen, sir?
Sir, you are supposed to file the GSTR1 return by the due date. That is by 11th of every month, following the month for transaction. Suppose you could not able to file the GSTR1 return, from the next date onwards, your liability for late fee arises. So rupees 100 per day will be charged. That is rupees 50 for CGST and rupees 50 for SGST or rupees 100 for IGST per day. Suppose you are filing the nil return, then also you have to file, you are liable for late fee of rupees 10 for SGST and rupees 10 for CGST or rupees 10 for IGST. So you are better to file, concentrate on the due date, better to file earlier to that date. Not only that, if you are not filing GSTR1 return, you cannot file GSTR1 return for the subsequent month. More than that, you could not file the GSTR3B also without filing GSTR1. Not only that, your recipients will not get the input tax credit. If you fail to file GSTR1 return, your recipients, your clients, your customers, they will not get the credit out of the supplies made by you. So they will disconnect business with you. So this is the chain of actions. You should not cut the input tax credit circle. The circle, the mechanism on which GST law is relying upon. So that your GSTR1 return is the first document for the circle. So that should be filed within the due date. Suppose if you are not filing means you could not file the GST3B also, again late fee is applicable and you could not pay this tax also, again tax for delayed payment of tax, interest is chargeable at 18%. So that also you will be liable for payment. So the first liability for any business should be payment of dues to the government. That it is better for you to follow right from the beginning of your business.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Very well explained.
Yes,
so for a smooth running of business also, we have to file return in proper time with the proper manner.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay, sir.
So you will be tension free.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. So anyway, very much thankful for your pleasant and patient reply for us, sir.